What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Today I want to do a video, and it's not going to be a reaction video like I normally do, but I am reacting to the actions of this individual that goes by the name of Clavicular. The other day I watched the video that John Bravo put out. Great video. Go and check it out. Subscribe to the channel. I also watched the video by John Bravo's attorney, Dumb Down Law. Go ahead and check out his channel. Check out the video he did on it. And I see that a lot of people are doing reactions to what happened with Clavicular the other day. So, for those of you that don't know, Clavicular is a youngster, a young man who at a very young age decided he was going to take hormone replacement therapy, and he fractures the bones in his, gets micro fractures in the bones in his face to look better, and he dabbles in illegal substances in order to trim down, and somehow he got famous for doing this. I don't understand how someone gets famous for causing themselves potential deadly health. Like this guy, I mean, at a very young age, he's doing things to his body that shouldn't be done. And he says for the sake of beauty, he doesn't care about health. Like whatever he's doing to himself in the long run. Well, what's the point in wanting to look good if you're not going to be around long? And maybe that's why he's so popular. Maybe that's why, it's like a train wreck. People are watching to see what's going to go wrong. And so, unfortunately for that young man, he's dealing with an apparent stalker. And he's been to several different places and several different events, and this stalker has shown up at those events. This stalker is a clout chaser, like a lot of these modern day stalkers are. He's a clout chaser. He has posted stuff on the internet holding firearms, and so Clavicular has, it's not surprising. He has a reason to have concern. Anytime anyone is dealing with stalkers or a stalker, you should have some concern, because it isn't a normal activity. It isn't something that the average person will do, right? And so, like I said, at several different events, this guy has shown up. And most recently, he showed up at an event where Clavicular was, and Clavicular made the right decision to leave. He's headed out to the car with his friends. And as he's heading out there, he makes a comment of what he wants to do, right? And his friend or bodyguard, I don't know what the guy was, a bigger guy, tells him, hey, man, look, the best thing for you to do is get in your whip and get out of here. So he does get in his car, and as he's getting ready to leave, his stalker shows up and is on the front end of his car, that Tesla truck, that horrible thing. He's in front of it and acting a fool, and he goes a little bit to the side, and Clavicular decides to head out, runs the guy over, and there's a female in the car that you can hear gets very emotional about it and asks, did you kill him? And he said, I don't know, but I hope I did. Something along those lines, right? And as I said, go and check out Dumb Down Law and see his breakdown of stand your ground in Florida, and intent and all these things, right? The political, the legal stuff. This video, I don't want to focus on the legal stuff. I don't want to focus on, what I want to focus on is this. I think, let me say this. I was a lifer. I was sentenced to 20 to life in California prisons, right? And in order to be paroled as a lifer, there are several steps that you have to go through, right? So initially, you have to be seen by a psychologist. And the reason for that meeting is for the psychologist to assess your threat level to society if you were released, right? And then after that, you have the parole hearing itself, which could be 4, 5, 6 hours long, maybe even longer, depends, right? And you have to convince them that you are no longer a threat, that you understand what made you be the person that you were when you committed your crime. It's a whole bunch of stuff, right? And if you can convince them to find you suitable for parole, then the governor reviews it. So there's steps there, right? You don't just, it's not like the movies where, December 16th, 2041, you get out. No, you have a hearing. Doesn't mean you're going anywhere, right? But on those 3 things right there, the evaluation by the psychologist, I truly believe that if Clavicular were to sit down before one of the prison psychologists and go through that evaluation, he would probably, in my determination, he would probably be rated as a high risk to society. When I look at him when he's talking to people, I don't see a person that connects with humanity. I don't see a person who sees value in other people. I see a narcissist. And narcissism is part of the psychopathic traits. Now, this guy could be a great guy to the people in his life. But when I'm looking at him from the distance, from afar, and I'm listening to what he has done to himself, I think that maybe this guy needs to have some people around him that have him go and I honestly don't think, he's young, he's rich, and he's popular. He's famous in certain circles. That is a deadly recipe. And I haven't heard anyone else talk about that. People are talking about the facts of the case, or, what people believe are the facts of the case, and, everything will play out if he's charged. But I'm looking more at the individual. I saw, you guys go check out John Bravo's video, right? The stalker actually went to Clavicular's house. And Clavicular goes outside with a gun. It's Florida. He can stand his ground. He's on his property. One of his friends, I believe it was a female. Maybe it was the one that was in the car. Maybe not. I don't know. That's irrelevant. But there's someone in between him and his stalker. And the stalker is off to the left side. I think he jumped in a car. And Clavicular has the gun pointed at him. And as the car drives off, and his friend is right here, as the car drives off, he keeps his gun on the car the whole way through. He didn't lower his weapon where his friend was. It was like this the whole way through. And when I saw that, I was like, holy shit. And people would say, oh, well, he wasn't going to put... Who knows what could happen? You never aim a gun at anyone that you don't intend on hurting. And that was just another thing, a little check mark for me on the disconnect. The complete disconnect from humanity. Again, this might be a great guy for the people who are in his life. But from the outside looking in, I survived prison because of my ability to read people. I've only seen this guy on screen a few times, but I sensed the disconnect immediately. And I've met people like that in prison. And you know what? They belong there. Clavicular is not a criminal. He's not out hurting anyone but himself, right? But it is a very, very strange, kind of scary type of personality that I'm seeing. I hope he doesn't get any time for this incident. And I would hope that this would be an incident where maybe he could step back and reevaluate the decisions he's making in his life, but he won't. He's young. We're invincible when we're young. Imagine being young and being on steroids, being on hormone therapies, whatever, the testosterone, all the stuff that he says he does. And then mixing that with illegal substances. I don't know. I want to hear in the comments what you guys think. If you guys have seen what's going on with him, I hope there's something that could be done to keep the stalker away from him. But I wanted to just do my video this way because I don't know what attracted the attention of the troll, but it has exposed. And I get it, man. You're not going to be happy when somebody's hounding you and they come around you. So I'm trying to be fair. But this is a very, very strange incident. And I want to know in the comments what you guys think about it. And I want to know also if you guys think that I should react to John Bravo's video about it. That way we can get more into it. And you can actually see. I want you guys to go watch this video. And then, like I said, if you want me to react to it with you guys, I will. Let me know in the comments. But that's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.